The human mind is a labyrinth of mysteries, capable of incredible feats, yet full of perplexing contradictions. Psychology continues to uncover shocking truths about human behavior that defy logic and challenge our understanding of ourselves. For instance, did you know that the brain processes rejection as physical pain? The emotional distress of being excluded or ignored triggers the same brain regions as actual physical injuries, which is why heartbreak and social exclusion feel so unbearable. Our minds are wired for connection, and when that connection is severed, the pain can be as real as a broken bone. Another unbelievable psychological fact is that our memories are often unreliable. Even though we trust them completely, the brain is not a perfect recording device. Instead, it reconstructs past events each time we recall them. This means that every time you remember something, you might be slightly altering the details without realizing it. Over time, these tiny alterations can lead to entirely false memories, making us confident in events that never actually happened. This phenomenon has been widely studied and is the reason why eyewitness testimonies in court cases are often unreliable. Have you ever wondered why people act differently when they are in a crowd? The psychology of mob mentality explains that individuals lose their sense of personal responsibility in large groups, leading to behaviors they would never engage in alone. This is why peaceful protests can sometimes escalate into riots, or why people may act aggressively in crowds. The sense of anonymity and the influence of the collective mindset push individuals to act in ways that defy their usual moral compass. One of the most astonishing psychological discoveries is that the mere act of smiling can make you feel happier. Even if you're not feeling joyful, forcing a smile can trigger the release of dopamine and serotonin, two chemicals associated with happiness and relaxation. This is known as the facial feedback hypothesis, which suggests that our facial expressions can influence our emotional state. So, the next time you're feeling down, try smiling. It might just trick your brain into feeling better. Another mind-blowing fact is that people are more likely to remember emotionally charged events than neutral ones. This is known as the flashbulb memory effect, where shocking or highly emotional events are etched into our memories with vivid clarity. However, while these memories may feel incredibly detailed, they are still subject to distortion over time. This explains why people have strong recollections of where they were during historical tragedies or personal life-altering moments. The human brain is also wired for shortcuts, which can sometimes lead to irrational decision-making. The cognitive bias, known as the availability heuristic, causes people to judge the likelihood of an event based on how easily they can recall similar instances. For example, after hearing about a plane crash, people may overestimate the dangers of flying, even though statistics prove that air travel is much safer than driving. Our brains take mental shortcuts to save energy, but these shortcuts can sometimes lead us astray. Another shocking psychological phenomenon is the placebo effect, where people experience real improvements in health or well-being simply because they believe they are receiving treatment. Studies have shown that when patients are given sugar pills, but are told they are powerful medications, their symptoms often improve. The mind's belief in the treatment is so strong that it can trigger physical healing responses, highlighting the incredible power of perception over reality. Humans are also prone to a psychological effect known as inattentional blindness. This occurs when people fail to notice something in their environment because their focus is elsewhere. One of the most famous experiments demonstrating this effect involved participants watching a video of people passing a basketball. In the middle of the video, a person in a gorilla suit walks through the scene, yet many viewers completely miss it because they are too focused on counting the passes. This shows how our attention can be so selective that we can miss major details happening right in front of us. Another shocking revelation about human behavior is that people often conform to authority, even when it goes against their morals. The infamous Milgram experiment demonstrated this by showing that ordinary individuals were willing to administer what they believed were painful electric shocks to another person, simply because an authority figure instructed them to do so. This experiment revealed how easily people can be influenced by perceived authority and how moral judgment can be overridden by social pressure. Have you ever noticed that when someone yawns, you feel the urge to yawn too? This phenomenon is due to the brain's mirror neurons, which are responsible for empathy and social bonding. Yawning is contagious because our brains are wired to mimic the behaviors of those around us, reinforcing our sense of connection with others. This same neural mechanism explains why people unconsciously mimic the accents, speech patterns, and body language of those they spend time with. Another astonishing psychological insight is that the color of a room can influence your mood and behavior. Studies show that blue tones promote relaxation and productivity, while red can increase heart rate and evoke feelings of urgency or aggression. Marketers use this knowledge to influence consumer behavior, which is why fast food restaurants often use red and yellow to stimulate appetite and create a sense of excitement. Our environment shapes our emotions in ways we are often unaware of, proving how deeply psychology influences our daily lives. Human attraction is also guided by surprising psychological factors. Research shows that people tend to be more attracted to others who resemble their parents, a phenomenon known as imprinting. This unconscious preference is rooted in early childhood experiences and plays a role in mate selection. Additionally, studies have found that people are more likely to develop romantic feelings for someone they see frequently, a psychological principle known as the mere exposure effect. Repeated exposure increases familiarity and comfort, making someone appear more attractive over time. One of the most baffling aspects of human psychology is the Dunning-Kruger effect, a cognitive bias in which people with low competence in a subject tend to overestimate their knowledge, while experts are more likely to doubt themselves. This explains why some individuals confidently spread misinformation, while true experts remain cautious and humble about their conclusions. The more someone learns about a subject, the more they realize how much they don't know, leading to a paradox of confidence and competence. Even the way we perceive time is influenced by psychology. When we are engaged in exciting activities, time seems to fly by, whereas boredom makes it drag. This is due to our brain's attention system. When we're focused and engaged, we process more information, making time feel shorter. Conversely, when there's little stimulation, our brains process time more slowly, making minutes feel like hours. This is why childhood summers seemed endless, but adult life feels like it's speeding up. The complexities of the human mind continue to astonish researchers, revealing just how intricate and sometimes irrational our behaviors can be. From the way our brains shape memories to the powerful influence of social dynamics, psychology uncovers truths that challenge our perception of reality. Each of these psychological facts provides a glimpse into the hidden forces that shape our decisions, emotions, and interactions, proving that the human mind is as mysterious as it is powerful.